Joining us now to talk about that and where the Democratic Party is right now, Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana. Senator, great to see you. Your thoughts about your opposing party?
My Democratic friends, Brian, seem determined to find out what it's like to be a Jets fan and lose every week. I mean, take the president's speech this week. Any fair-minded person who watched it would have to conclude that he won the evening. He basically used the Democrats as a chew toy. Their opposition was twofold. It consisted of their little paddles that they held up. I thought Stephen Colbert said it pretty well. He said, I couldn't tell whether they were protesting or bidding on an antique tea set at an auction. Congressman Green's behavior was intriguing. Look, I don't hate the congressman. I don't hate anybody, but his behavior was butthead-like. I mean, it was very unbecoming. But it's more than that. The Democrats are mad at President Trump and Mr. Musk for scrubbing the budget. And Americans scratch their head and go, what's wrong with asking how they're spending our money? The Democrats are mad at people who have found wasted taxpayer money, but they're not mad at the people who are wasting it and have wasted it. And the position of the Democrats, it seems to me, they decided to support the wasteful spending and the bureaucracy over the taxpayer. And I think that's why my Democratic friends are losing right now.
I mean, so they're almost making it too easy for Donald Trump and your party by taking 80-20 issues and being on the 20% side. Also, when it comes to DOGE, most of the country is in support of what Elon Musk is doing. In Washington, you would think that he is the devil. Now, this week, a change. President Trump says, now that I have my cabinet secretaries in place, I want DOGE backing up, making recommendation, and let the secretaries actually do the job of thinning out the herd and meet every 2 weeks. Can you bring me behind the scenes? What led to that change?
We had a very good lunch this week with Mr. Elon Musk. He went over his methodology. He went over some of his findings. And what we talked about in that meeting was basically short-circuiting all of these lawsuits that say, in part, that only Congress has the authority to cut this spending by having Congress cut the spending. We're going to introduce bills to rescind all this spending porn that Mr. Musk has found. And that way, that will moot a lot of the lawsuits. I think Elon Musk deserves a medal. I think his work has just been breathtakingly beneficial for the American people. And it shouldn't be surprising. I mean, he's doing what President Trump told him to do. He's scrubbing the budget. He's getting rid of spending porn. We've got a $36 trillion debt. Everybody knows that. When you have a $36 trillion debt, you do something about it. I mean, when you have hypothermia, you don't strip naked and run in the snow.
Right.
And the Democrats, they just want to keep spending. The Democrats' favorite form of spending is more.
So, Senator, a lot of people are focusing on President Trump and immigration, a lot of success, and trying to bring peace to Ukraine and Middle East. I got it. You know the two stories that are percolating underneath are he's reining in the federal workforce, number one, and number two, he's trying to bring jobs and manufacturing back to America and reconfigure our whole economy where it was trending since the 1980s. Those are two subtle stories that might be bigger than the first two.
And they all lead to one other story, and that's President Trump is going to get these high prices down. Because of all the issues we've talked about, not a single one is more important than inflation and high prices. Because when moms and dads lie down to sleep at night and can't, high prices are one of the things they're worried about. I think President Trump and us, we together, are going to try to do it by reducing spending, deregulating the economy and lowering the costs of goods and services, and rewriting the tax code so it looks like somebody designed it on purpose and increases wages. If we do that, those high prices will come down.
And I also know that there's a lot of movement on energy to bring down a lot of things related to energy. It's stunning. I don't know what's not related to it either. And you know that in Louisiana. Senator John Kennedy, always great. Thank you, sir.